Mr. Erico, baby, come see about me. And we swing and swing right, swing left. Roll with me or get rolled over. I'm rolling like a locomotive. Ain't no stopping me now. 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 So why would you try? I tell no lies. Got fear in his eyes. Don't play with this guy that is not wise. Play my hand right. Got pink Sprite. Styrofoam white. Top 8 ice. She's so shy. She still try. These lame ass niggas, they so tired. Stay getting money. Try to take from me. Rap like a mummy. Can't say nothing. That's his money. Bring it here, honey. She work for me. Fly snow bunny. Whatever I said, I done it. Talk girly, run me my money. Drip hard, I keep water running. Stack hard, thumbing through blue hundreds. Summing up, take nothing, I'm funded. Hear nothing, these rappers be mumbling. Running up, magician with the numbers. Cold winters, this band's in the summer. No, really, I'm just being honest. Graduated and hustling with honors. Beat the case, not guilty, your honor. No snitching, not talking, I promise. Ain't no stopping me now. 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 Swing. Right. What's up? 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 Everybody in the building. What's up? Everybody paying attention. What's up? Everybody that got ears to hear, because you know it's just to go down in here. It's Make It Make Sense Sundays at 3 o'clock, and I told you I go about 3-ish, and you know what's about to happen. It's about to be some stuff about to put into your mind to make you understand who you are and where you came from and what you shouldn't be doing anymore or any longer. So right now I'm going to take the time out to just give thanks for whatever happened to you and to me this week and this past week, this month or this past year. I want to give time right now, just a few seconds of silence to appreciate what happened to you. Ashe. Yeah, Ashe. Read y'all something, man. Today is September 8th. Look, transcendent peace. The peace of God which surpasses all understanding will guard your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. When God speaks, one of the most prevalent results will be an undeniable sense of peace in your spirit. You may not feel tranquil at first when you approach Him. In fact, you may be full of conflict and strife. But the longer you listen to Him, the quieter your spirit becomes. You will begin to possess what the Apostle Paul called a tranquility, which surpasses all understanding. It's a calmness that surrounds you like a fortress and keeps you from being overwhelmed, and anxiety, worry, and frustration. Now, I bears mentioning that you will never have God's peace about disobedience in your life. You may be able to justify what you're doing with your mind, but it will hinder you from exercising your faith. But when God's peace comes to you, you'll know it without a doubt. You had confidence that your Father has spoken. You've heard from Him and you believe in Him. And you're calm because you know whatever He says to you, He will accomplish. Father God, keep my mind and heart fixed on you so that I can experience the fullness of your peace. Ashe. Now, if you've been rocking with me for these Sundays, period, here on this YouTube, here over there on that Facebook, today I'm trying TikTok. If you've been riding with me, I told y'all since I started this, it's called Make It Make Sense. It's called Make It Make Sense for a reason. It's called Make It Make Sense for a reason, just for the simple fact that whatever we was taught, you better go sit back and you better go read that on your own, and you better make sure it's fitting the ears that the Bible say that you're supposed to have to listen, and it better be fitting the life that you're living right now, because we are in the Bible right now. Every last one of you that are watching, we are living in the Bible right now. We don't have to worry about reading something way back in the day where something happened, because if everything happened and the same thing happened under the sun and ain't nothing changed, that don't make us no different from the past all the way to the present. So we in the now. So the now is what we're doing right now. The same thing they were doing in the den. That's the same thing we were doing now. So what I'm here to, I'm just simply here to make sure that, hey, we're going to present this stuff, and I say we because you're the one that's rocking with me. We're going to present it, we're going to read it, and we're going to sit here together, and we're going to figure it out for ourselves and find out what we're supposed to do after that. He said he was made in our image. He said he was made in our image. Let us make man in our image. All I want to tell y'all is, everybody got their own God, and watch out who you let pray for you, because I don't want anybody praying for me, and I don't want your God to be my God, because I don't know what your God can do. I know what my God can do, and that's the God that I talk to, and that's the God that I got a relationship with. I don't hate you because you have a relationship with your God, because your God is your God. That's why he said, I am a jealous God. So if he said, therefore, if I was a jealous God, that's what he is jealous of. Those who are worshiping somebody else's God and not even down with that God in the first place. Hello, if you hear me. He said, you are God. You are God, because if you look up, you was made in his image. Let us make man in his image. So instead of you looking down at the ground like you looking up at him, why don't you just stand right next to him and say, hey, man, I'm on the right-hand side. If you're on the right-hand side, that means you're on the same side as he on. Oh, man, stop, man. If you're on the same side as he on, come on now. You're on the same side as he on. You're on the same side. That's power. I just wanted to tell you how much power you had in yourself. Today's title, yeah, it's going to be fire like that. Today's title is, it's one more in that fire, man. Yeah, I'm from Texas. You're going to hear that accent. It's one more in that fire, man. It's one more in that fire, man. It's one more person in that fire, man. I'm talking about Daniel, man. I'm talking about Daniel. I'm talking about them three brothers, man. I'm talking about them three brothers, man. I'm talking about them three brothers, man. They stood on 10. They stood on business. What's standing on business? They knew they had opposition against them. Not only the opposition was there against them, they knew that opposition that came. See, I'm trying to put my story that I have witnessed these past 2 weeks. I took a break last Sunday just so that I can come through and let the Spirit just take over me and let y'all lay down this format of what I've been going through. I've been sick. I've been shut down. I've been against. I've been mad. I've been upset. I've been trying to figure it out. I've been trying to figure out what I'm going to say. I'm trying to figure out what I'm not going to say. I done premeditated this. I done premeditated that. And every time I say, hey, man, every week that I spoke, something happened to me. I say, I know I got to be careful, because that's why some people that's chosen, they don't want to be chosen, because they know what they got to go through is way more unbearable than what the next person got to go through. But they know what? They know one thing. I'm built different, and I'm built for this, and I'm made for this. So if I'm built for this and I'm made for this, can't nothing stop me. And that's it. That's the issue. See, when you see the opposition don't like that. The opposition don't like that your mind is free, that you are free enough to live to where that all your gifts that you can explain, that you are here to just use those gifts. All the ones that know that they here to use their gifts, those are the ones that's watching because they want to get empowered too, because they don't get empowered too because they always pouring. They're always pouring. But them the ones that's more torn on the inside. Them the ones that when they go inside, they got all kinds of scratches. They shirt toe up, and because they done been through so much, they've been stabbed, they've been shot at, they've been lied on, they've been lied to, they've been used, they've been manipulated, they done got fired, they done got hired, they done got picked up, they done got put down, they done got shoved, they done got pushed back, they done got held, they done got cried, they done laughed, they done fought, they done gave each other a hug. Hey man, I'm just telling you right now, boy, it was one more person in that fire. It was one more person in that fire. Them boys thought they had him for done. They thought they had him for dead. They tied him up so they couldn't even make a move. See, when they even tying you up, when the enemy tying you up, when the opposition tying you up, they tie you up because they know how much power you got. You know how much power you got. So you come out to them as arrogant. Hello, y'all. Oh, you come out to them as you're cocky. Hello, y'all. You come out to them as they're arrogant, y'all. They come out to you as they're cocky, y'all. They come up to you like they're arrogant, y'all. They come up to you like they're cocky, y'all. They come up to you like they're arrogant, y'all. Yeah. They think that they looking at you like they just think he could the way she just come to work and she just don't have no worries and she ain't worrying about nothing. She just do shit the way that she want to do shit. Why are you mad? Because I do the stuff that I do the way that I do it, because I got a better understanding. I know that I ain't got to pray to nobody that I ain't seeing and I don't believe in, expecting to get some good results. I know I ain't that person. I know I ain't got to go to no place to where I got to get a lift me up, or somebody got to say some soothing words, or somebody got to say a bunch of words real fast and real loud and shout and punch and kick, and that's the only way that I can get some understanding. No, the understanding that I'm getting is, hey, if the one that is talking, that's the one that's being interceded for. So the one that's being interceded for, y'all get to see the spirit that's in that person that is being used, and that's why y'all are really attracted to this right now, because you've been looking for it, because you've been praying to somebody, telling somebody I need a breakthrough, because hey, I'm not the only one going through it, but I know somebody is going through it more than me. So I'm gonna be thankful that I am going through it. I understand that this stuff don't go my way. I understand that everything is not permanent. I understand that everything is not going to be here and it's not going to be the way that I want it to be. I understand that it cannot go the way that I want it to go, even though that I manifested this how I want my world to be. So I had to stop looking at it as if, okay, I'm going to do what I want to do, but I don't want nobody else to do nothing to me in return. I had to realize that sometimes the best places to do it is in your own space, because you can make more noise in your own space. When you're in somebody else's space, you're taking up space. And the space that they're trying to occupy, they're so busy into now they're too busy into the work, they're too busy into the title that they forget about life. And sometimes you got to be taken out that situation, because you're putting on for the family, you're putting on for everybody else, you showing everybody that, hey, this is what every day and consistency looks like. You putting on for everybody, you showing everybody that you get up and go to work on time and you're always there and you don't complain and you don't say nothing, and whatever assignment they give you, you do it. And they even had you working in unsanitized conditions. It was times where the god doggone meter read that it was 91 degrees in the building, and you was working in the kitchen and you was still there because you had to wear pants and a shirt that was black with a collar, and you had to tighten it up, and it was hot, and you was in those conditions, and you was serving, and people was just coming in, you're short staffed, and you didn't have all the ingredients, you didn't have everything you got, you didn't have all the materials, you didn't have nothing, but you still made a way out of no way, and you was the one that shined the most in that situation, because everybody been put in that situation, but they handle it different. They like other people to be in that situation because they like to keep the mess going. They like to keep it rolling. They like to keep the mess going. They like to keep it rolling. They want to just keep everybody in conjunction and keep everybody in. But hey, look, that's what it's for, man. And if you ain't built tough for it, you got to sit down and you got to let it go so to where you can just hand pick it apart. Like, yep, this move is supposed to happen, and this move is supposed to happen. Prepare yourself, because, and what's funny is, see, when I do this, I kept telling myself, yeah, I am thankful for what happened to me last week, but boy, what's supposed to happen tomorrow is gonna be a quest. So I know I had to go put on some type of. Them brothers stood on 10. Whatever they believed in it. Even when they was put. See, I messed around on the job and told them people on the job I was an ordained minister. We had a new group. See, what happened was, I was born and raised in the old group. Let me break this story down to you. I was born and raised in the old group. I was born in the 80s, y'all. You know, in the 80s, man, it was cutthroat, man. It was phones with the cord on it. It was phones that from the room all the way to the living room, that cord was that long, and that's how you had to talk. And you had the little, what you call it, the little voicemail thing where, you know, you get to the same way. We put that little baby. We put our little baby R&B voice on there. You reached. I don't think I never done. I was saying some smooth shit, but I really didn't even believe in myself back in the day, so it didn't even matter anyway. The one person that did appreciate it, I never forgot them, and I just took them with me all the way up to where I'm at right now, because I'm just thankful for just the frequency, the frequency sharing of the whole thing. But let me get back to what I'm saying. There was 3 of them. And they just stood on their 10, and they just kept doing what they were supposed to be doing. They believed in nothing they believed in, nobody could tell them otherwise, which means everybody has this circle of awareness. Everybody do this. I seen one teacher do this, and I want to give a big shout out to that teacher who did that. Pastor Ray Hagins, I think that's his name. The boy put a lot of, he helped me go through a lot of nights breaking down this stuff, man, and it just come to you just can't tell me anything, y'all. You just can't tell me no anything, man. You just can't tell me no anything. Don't you come on here and tell me no anything. Come on here and let's just go through it together. You understand what I'm saying? Let's go through it together. Now, I'm gonna go to this here. Give me 1 second. Let me go to this here. I'm gonna read the scripture. It's 23 through 26. It say, and these 3 men firmly tied fell into a blazing furnace. Then King Nebuchadnezzar leaped to his feet to amazement and asked his advisors, weren't there 3 men that were tied up through in the fire? They replied, certainly, your majesty. He said, look, I see 4 men walking around in the fire. Time out. They was tied up, right? They was tied up, right? So if they was tied up, when he looked up, by the time they thought that they was finished, when they looked up, them boys was dancing through various trials. That's another scripture, that them boys danced through various trials, even though they was in the fiery furnace, tied up. See, everybody knew that it was the end of them. No, it ain't the end, Jack. It's just the beginning, Jack. And the person that's behind me is so powerful to where it wipes out everything. And then if you keep reading down further in the story, something happened to the people that tried to do something to the people that stood on what they stood on, which means whatever that they was taught, they did not believe what they was taught. They did not just take on, they just didn't take everything from what they was told. And then they established, and then they lined it up. And that looks like the same thing if you was in any religion or if you was with anything that has discipline or structure, that you just line it up with the source. As long as you line it up with the source, it doesn't matter which way you get to the source. They got us so discombobulated to where we fight each other on how we get to the source. Because at the end of the day, I don't care what medium you put right here, you still got the source, the main source where it came from. Just know that it's several sources that it came from, and it's still one source. So why are we mad at the way that other people express their source? Identify their source. I had somebody that it was DMX that rest in peace. DMX said it best. He said, "Say, man, if you know that person still, just know that person still." I mean, come on now. If you know that person is that person, just like I knew when they switched. I told y'all I'm telling this story as it is my story, and I'm tying it into the Bible. That's why I say I don't want no credit for what I'm doing, but I love the direction that it takes me when I'm in this mode, because I know this is something that is not, you know what I'm saying, that I planned or wrote or premeditated on how I present it to y'all, because I just present it to you how it come, and that's it. I just present it to you how it come, and it just let it flow. That's why I say make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense when somebody out to fucking take your life, your flesh away from you, boy. Think about it. When they take your flesh away from you, they want to take it all from you. They want you to suffer. It's people out there that was born to make you suffer like that. What you gonna do? How you gonna respond to that? Or you gonna sit up there and act like it's never gonna happen to you because you're lying? And if you sitting up here knowing that ain't gonna happen to you, and you just believe that ain't gonna happen to you, I don't care what you manifest. Just know, for as much as God dog on me is manifesting, you know that bullshit coming with manifestation. Come on now. You're going to be real if you're going to be real about it. For the manifestation, you know it's going to be bullshit. Because it's always got to be something to take it away, man. Like, to take it away. You can never enjoy the full moment of it because something always coming to snatch it away. It's always, you got to watch where you walk, you know what I'm saying? Because different people's frequency and different people's vibes, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what word you use. Vibes, frequency, whatever the fuck you use, that shit is important, because you could be in one, connected into your calling and doing your calling till its fullest. And then something just rings and that shit just hits you, and you just off path, and you kind of stumble for a couple of days. You going to and from, you trying to find out which one you is, and then you got to take a nap, and you got to come back and shut it straight. Say, man, you're either going to be this or you that. So I might as well be this, and I don't have to worry about being that, because when I'm this, at least I know exactly what's going to happen and how it's going to happen. I can even see it before it even plays out. And just know, don't never get comfortable in this position. Just know every time you speak. Just know every time you speak. Just know every time you speak. Just know every time you talk. Just every time that you give somebody some type of edge in life, somebody anytime you try to give some good in life, anytime you trying to uplift in life, just know that shit that you just said, your ass was to get tested over that shit, man. That's why a lot of people don't want to do this shit. And they ain't telling you. The other motherfuckers ain't telling you, say, when you do this shit, hey, you better see that shit that you talking about. You finna live that shit, homie. That old shit, man, I'm talking about, yeah, man, 3 weeks, I'm talking about, yeah, it's tough. I done seen shit. My daddy used to always say, yeah, you ever noticing everything happening around you, but ain't shit happening to you? Boy, you're protected. My daddy used to tell me that shit all the time. And I am protected. I'm protected even when I think I'm not protected. I'm protected even when I think that I am in distress and I am about to take an L or I'm about to lose. And then it just seems like, you know what? The more you sit down in that L and that loss, the more you sit down in that cushion of that L and that loss, the more you sit down in that 90-degree angle, the more you sit down in that own shit. When you fall and land in your own shit, It's something about that feeling that make you get your ass up and be the sharpest person that you could possibly be. Put some hearts on. Put them nines in there if you rocking with me. I like nines. Put them nines in the chat if you rocking with me. It's something about falling on your own shit. Put them nines in the chat because some of us been feeling our own shit. What's your own shit? Yeah, you can know what you want. Yeah, you can know what you stand on. But yeah, you always, it's a way that they done slipped in and infiltrated it. And it ain't got nothing to do with them. You just got to sharpen it up. And that's what that experience is for. Because you ain't supposed to be in there that damn long. You ain't supposed to work there that long. You ain't supposed to be in there forever. You thought because you worked so hard and that you always on time and that you're always dependable that you had what you had security. You had job security, but you didn't. You did not. Sometimes you don't have favor security. Sometimes you don't have that favor security. Sometimes that shit got to stain that ass sometimes. And I'm talking about, I done been through some shit where it stung that ass. I still want to, it comes time to, well, like a couple of days ago, I literally was, I didn't know, my brain was going so motherfucking fast, back and forth to myself, I had to sit the fuck down and go to sleep for 2 days. I done got fired from a job. My car just got back working. Still dealing with my son's death, and that shit there is not nothing to play with mentally. Because that shit'll break you down. I don't give a fuck what the fuck you doing. In the middle of me doing anything, I can break the fuck down and nobody here can pick me the fuck up. Nobody that I depend on out there in that world can pick a motherfucker up. No, it'd be certain times and certain conversations and certain relationships you have. That's why I cut out all that relationship and friendship shit and all that shit. Because if you ain't talking to me, I ain't talking to you. If you ain't talking to me, I ain't talking to you. Because if you talking to me, I always got something to talk about. I always got something to talk about. What I want to talk about, and it's not nothing, no relationship between me and you. What I want to talk about is how we can better me and you. So whatever I'm saying is just to better whoever I'm talking to. That's all I want to do. I don't want to have no conversation about no feelings, no one-on-one. I don't want to feel none of that shit. None of that shit's real to me. They say once you can get to that point in your mind, it's like you can feel the whole Christ is rising. They call that stuff that hook to your brain. Boy, I'm talking about when you be at peace. I can't be at peace because I let certain shit just hit me so hard. It's like that little thing in the bell. You know what I'm saying? That shit just ring. Like being fired, it wasn't the fact that I was fired, bro, but it's the fact that how you fired me and the fact that who fired me. Like, I wouldn't get fired if it was such and such or such and such, because such and such appreciate it. But I done ran into a motherfucker who don't appreciate it. What you gonna do when you run into a motherfucker who don't appreciate what you do? Who's gonna run it? What you gonna do when they're not gonna appreciate what the fuck you stand on? What you gonna do? What the fuck are you gonna do? Huh? What you gonna do if they don't like you? And all you do is just go out there and you ain't putting on for nothing. You don't want no lights, camera, no action, no nothing on you. You just go out there and be you because you just know this is going to be the most beautiful day that it is. Even though whatever, some bullshit going to happen, it's still going to be the most, I'm going to find something I ain't going to. So you could take away this. You could take away whatever you try to take away. See, I told this person in their face, you wrong. You wrong because you split up families. Because I've seen what you did and came in, infiltrated, and took out a whole regime of people and put in your whole regime of people. And you was cutthroat about that. And hey, man, that's how life is. It's cutthroat about that. But it's something about being in that comfort part of being in your own shit that makes you a better person, and it makes you come out and shine brighter than the person that put you in the hole. And then you get to see what happens to the person that put you in the hole to make you come out like a diamond. You understand what I'm saying? They try to bury you. But something about being buried, when you come out, you know what I'm saying? And they put all the dirt away. They take all the dirt away. And they get all the mess up out of there. And then they put it in some type of light. And you understand what I'm saying? And they start putting it in your mind. And you start looking good. And then you start shining. And they look like a star. And they just know that, hey, man, I was buried first before I looked this good. I was all the way submerged in the bullshit before I came out and looked this good. I was already submerged in the shit. So where I was just being pressure being applied on me. The faults and the plates moving. You know what I'm talking about in the world? The faults and the plates moving, huh? You got tropical storms and depressions is brewing up. You got all this shit. You got the lightning and your thunder. You got all this shit. You got your hail. You got your god doggone me thunder. All that shit in life happens to you just like it's just as violent as that. You understand what I'm talking about? It ain't got nothing. I'm telling you right now, the number one thing is finances. Come on now. There's a lot of people fighting right now over finances right now. It's a lot of relationships being in jeopardy right now because of finances right now. It could be all good, and then next day you know it could be all bad. And you understand what I'm saying? You get to see who you really with when it's all bad. you get to see who you really with when it's all good. Because when it's all good, people could be jealous of you. They could be jealous of you in your own household. They could be jealous of you in your own bed. They could be jealous of you in your own neighborhood. They could be jealous of you in your whole family. You got to understand that jealousy is in the ass. Somebody can easily pick that shit up. You could be walking down the street and walk into some jealousy and come home. You don't know what the fuck you jealous of. You just know you walked into some bullshit because somebody done uttered that shit out their goddamn box. And that physical thing that keeps saying shit, it just keep producing shit. And the more you keep producing shit, they tell us every day when they spray shit from these planes and they just drop that shit off. Y'all know that shit gonna equal to something later on. The next thing you know, they've been dropping that shit so long. Next thing you know, they got mosquitoes that can come out and kill you in one bite. They ain't had that shit back in the day in the 80s when I was talking about y'all know I keep all my storage together and in line for that one hot hour. And I keep that shit together just like you keep it intact. And in the 80s, and then all of a sudden now you look at me, it's 2025, and there's some goddamn mosquitoes bad, the spray bad, all kinds of shit bad. All kinds. You can't do shit. You can't even breathe in wrong. So shit, you might as well sit inside. You might as well say, hey, look, man, whatever's gonna happen to me, I know what's gonna happen to me. But prepare me and give me all the weapons that I need to go through this. It was one more in that fire, y'all. It was one more in that fire, man. And first of all, he was tied up. They was tied up. These three brothers got put in the thing because they did not do what everybody else was doing. Let's just cut it to the case. Them three brothers say, I'm not doing what y'all doing. I don't give a fuck how long y'all been doing that shit. I don't care who you serving. That's not who I serve. And I said, I'm going to be obedient to what I serve, which means I'm going to be obedient to what I've learned, to what I've observed, and whatever is giving me strength to right now to break up out of this rope while you put me in this 475-degree oven for me to cook and turn it to a muffin. I got out, and the person that was with me is out there, and you say, hey, man, it's 4 people dancing, not 4 people. Whew, I was going too fast. It was 4 people dancing when there was 3 people tied up. It was 4 people dancing, but it was 3 people tied up. So let me help you. Let me help you if you're lost. Okay, that means it was 3 in the fire tied up. When the man cut the oven on to 512, he said, "Oh man, it's another nigga up there." I ain't saying, hey, man, was it another? Nah, it ain't another nigga. It's another nigga up there. Yeah, because niggas mean God. Anyway, but hey, I keep telling you, rock with me. Y'all know why I say what I say. Some of y'all think get on there, man. That man just get the cussing. And I look. I'm ordained. I'm made for this, man. I got my certificates. I just don't want to be in a pulpit with it because that ain't what God. If Jesus is coming back, he ain't going back to the church. I'm sorry. If Jesus was to come back today, if the Jesus y'all talk about that they talked to me about when I was younger, if that man was coming back today, God damn it, some of y'all, he ain't coming to that church, Jack. I'm sorry. Y'all might as well just wrap that shit up, man. That shit is a motherfucking club, and y'all know it. And y'all doing the same shit them goddamn club owner and them promoters doing with the goddamn word of God. So stop playing. You might as well come on here and get some of this good authentic shit to where they always trying to shadow ban a nigga if a nigga start giving out too many keys of interest, which means that, hey, man, that shit that they was teaching us, that shit was to control us. Now, just imagine if you can sit up there and control your own destination. I just told you it's going to be some bullshit that come around with it. So you can sign up for it if you want to sign up for it. You put your 9s in the chat. But I'm going to tell you again, we was made in his image. We wasn't made in our own image. That nigga say, let us make man in our image. Who the fuck are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? It must have been some other powerful shit up there. But at the same time, if it was some other powerful shit up there, that means I was up there. Because they said in the beginning there was the word and the word was with God. If I look like Christ and I was on the right hand, and then they say Christ and God is the same person. So if I look at that, well, God dog, I just empowered myself. I'm trying to tell y'all how y'all get out this matrix with this thinking. And if y'all could just follow the pattern, you could be free too. And then you'd be like, you know what? I got the power to make sure that I do not get sick. And I can just make sure that no dis-ease get into my body, which means how do you prevent dis-ease? Well, how do you prevent the fact that anything that can happen to you, like getting fired for one, get into your inside to where it makes your brain get to a state of mind to where you're depressed. I went there and I had to find out, are you really depressed or are you mad? I thought I was mad, but I was really hurt behind the situation because I gave it my all. That sounds like a typical Christian to me, where you give your all and everything, and Satan is just, look, however you want to put it. I wouldn't want to look at it as some low-level entity. It's just out to get me for whatever I do. I don't want to believe that, because that energy, I don't want it. I want energy like I am made in his image, and whatever he did, and I read about, and my grandma read about, and her mama read about, and her mama read about, and they stood on shit. and put that shit through these families this whole time, even him coming back, that's what I'm rolling with. That's the power I want to have. That's the power I want to get. And whatever you do to me, fire me and try to take away my funds, you can't, because whoever I serve is going to outdo you anytime. All I have to do is just know. And once I know, I don't have to worry. So the minute that I stop worrying, all kinds of assets and all kinds of things start to line up. But then you'd be like, you know what? Now it's time to live this way because this way is more effective. I couldn't continue to have that way because you was serving two gods. You wasting time when you're serving two gods, people, is what I'm trying to get at. You're wasting time. You might as well just find you one of them bad puppies and ride it out till it's time to go. But if you're trying to do two, there's too much energy that you're exerting. And some of that one that you probably got with you, that ain't the one that's probably not the one. That's not the one you should be following. That's not the one you should be following, man. That's not the one. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I want to go back to, they say when God speaks, one of the most prevalent results will be an undeniable sense of peace in your spirit. I really just sat there and explained that. The peace of mind knowing that who God is. Christ was a name given to Jesus. And the James wasn't even there when they was there. So you know it's Yeshua. So if they lied to you in the beginning about that, what else were they going to lie to you for? And why are they lying to you? Why are they lying to you? So you can put your mind into a low state to where your frequency is vibrating low, and you can't even reach, you can't even get to the heart chakra because you can't even get from the mind. You can't even get out the mind, and it's a constant war. But then when you just start just going forward and just okay, that I don't need it no more. I don't even need to think about it. I don't even know it need to exist. I don't even know. It don't even need to exist. I don't even need to. I don't even have to use this in my everyday journey because this doesn't even exist. You can take out anything out of your list that does not exist, and you can plug in anything that you want in your list to exist. If you want to be prosperous, go ahead. And there ain't a prosperous way. Just make sure you're doing activities that bring prosperity. If you want to be in a giving field, you just make sure you line up in that giving field and that you give. Not grudgingly, but you give because that's exactly what you put on this earth to do. It's something about giving. I like giving in this form. I like tithing in this form. I like coming in this form, period. This form is pure because people get to see what they want to see and they get to say what they want to say. And it's not up to me to determine whether somebody should or shouldn't like it. Because as long as one have understanding, and we hear the same tune, we're here to make each other better. I'm not trying to convert. I'm not trying to prove a point. I ain't trying to be on no team. I'm just standing on mine. And I like to do it publicly. Because it said go out and do it publicly. And I like to go do it publicly. Say go out. It say bring it to the storehouse. Well, we can't store it in the church no more. Because that's not a good, they coming in and they taking stuff out of there. They took everything else out of church. They say, bring it back to the storehouse. Say it's time to bring it back to the storehouse. It's time for us as a community to do something to where, okay, when the gangs do try to approach, because it's coming to the realization near you, y'all. No fear mongering, none of that, man. I don't even know what that is, but it's coming to a realization towards you, and they got us fighting against each other, and you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, people are put in positions to put people in better positions, and the people who had those positions show squandering off a lot, and they messing it up, and they just. It's going to be bad for when it's time for the economy to come together and the culture to come together. You're going to be cut out because of a simple act you did back there because you personally didn't like a person, but you personally didn't understand why that person was in your life. You personally don't like a person, but you just don't know what this person brings to everybody's life. You don't know what this person brings. That's why sometimes that person has to get up out this. That person is not going to take. But I tell you what, that person is not gonna take themselves out their position because they know what they doing is righteous. That's why they're not gonna get taken out their position. That's why they're not gonna take. Sometimes you literally have to get picked up out of there so you won't stay in there and get the wrath of what's coming to that shit that you've been around trying to make great. Because that shit that you've been trying to make great, you put there to make that shit great and to save as many people. You was put there to build the ark. And people laughed at your ass. People was put there to build that ark so the flood was coming so you could be safe, and you laughed at them motherfuckers. Them people had families. Them people was the leader. Like you see, football back on, and I've been seeing lately how I've been seeing Jameis Winston, and the shit that he be talking about. You might not agree with what the fuck he said, how he said, but he got people that love to hear him talk and to love to be around him when he talk because of the what they get out of it. And I was at the store yesterday, and there was two brothers. Both of them got locks like me. Both our locks are just long, but every time we see each other, we could sit there and talk. I bet you we couldn't even tell you. I bet you we couldn't even tell you each other's name. I bet you we couldn't. I bet you we couldn't tell you each other's name. But their energy's so good. When I see them again, the connection we had, I just walked up to him, had my daughter with me, and I just say, man, I was smiling before I even pulled up. I was smiling before I even pulled up and seen y'all, man. I was smiling before I even pulled up. It's something about them people is who the fuck I want to be around. And sometimes I got to get taken out of a situation because the people I'm around, them motherfuckers are dark and they trying to goddamn me put you in the fire and tie your ass up and cook your ass 575 degrees because you was standing on business. But he said, hey, man, it's one more in there. Yeah, man, I'm that nigga, man. You that nigga, sis. You that nigga, sir. You that nigga. Yes, you are niggas. Negus. Yes, let's put words back into what they supposed to. If you're going to use them, let's put some power back into the words they were used so we know that it ain't no goddamn gimmick or we just out here doing this shit because we out here doing this shit. We doing this shit because of the love. And the love will get you anywhere you want in this goddamn universe. I don't care where you're trying to go. If you ain't got no love, you ain't going nowhere. Your ass stuck in mud and there's quicksand after that. And it's coming to get your ass quickly. And then you're going to have to get pulled out and plucked. See, thankful for being plucked. Because some niggas don't like being plucked. Some niggas don't like being cut. I said it again. Some niggas don't like being cut. Some of you women don't like being cut neither. Some of you women don't understand that a rose is only pretty because you got to get cut. So your ass got to go through some shit and you got to bleed. Why I got to bleed so goddamn much? Well, maybe you the one that got enough blood to keep in your body to where it could keep happening to you because it's something about every time that it happened to you, it made your ass a greater woman and you was a better woman than what you was before. And people get to see that shit and they still saying, how the fuck is this nigga not burnt up? I just threw the ass in the oven. Why this nigga ain't burnt up? Why he don't smell like, why he ain't got no burn marks on him? Why that nigga ain't got no 3rd-degree burns on him? Why? Because I stood and I believed in what the fuck I believed in. You cannot do anything to me and think that it's going to make me fall off. Human being, name by name, I can name you out if I want to, but what is that? Why would I put my name and put your name in my mouth? Why would I even want that type of energy, God damn it, in my fucking vicinity by saying your name? I don't even want to give you power. That's how you give power to some shit you say his name. That's why they say be careful and shut the fuck up because we put power into shit we don't even supposed to put power into. But we keep on talking and that shit just building up. And then next thing you know, you're in a wall of bullshit and you got to break down this goddamn wall of the shit that you just sprayed up your goddamn self. But if you just shut the fuck up, you ain't got to worry about spraying shit or no bricks or nothing being there or nothing to form against you or none of that shit because you ain't make nothing to form against you. Only you can make something form against you. Can't nobody else form nothing against you. The fuck? Can't nobody else because you already know that shit out there. You already know, well, if I excel this well, I already know this shit got to make sure that I don't excel. because once you excel at something else, you want to excel at something else. Come on, man, you just gonna keep excelling. I don't give a fuck. They can keep making us fail, but I'm gonna just keep excelling. The more that I fail, the more that I excel. I'm giving somebody life today. The more that I fail, the more that I excel. I'm giving somebody joy today. The more that I fail, the more that I excel. I'm making somebody get up that was sitting down, that was tired, and they want to give up because life gave up on them, society that gave up on them, the job that gave up on them, the church that gave up on them, the gal that gave up on them, the man that gave up on them, the church that gave up on them, the world that gave up on them, the cookers that gave up on them, the food that gave up on them, everything that we doing that gave up on them. Hell, I'm talking to you, man. Get that ass up, man, and start putting power to yourself right now. Fuck what them people done to you, man, and let them people keep doing that shit to you, because at the end of the day, you might not even see them people no goddamn more. And them people probably made you more stronger, because now you got a chip on your shoulder. Now you're moving with some goddamn some speed. Now you're going with some pace. Now you actually got that doing something. Maybe now you actually goddamn moving around and doing what the fuck you supposed to be doing in the first goddamn play. Sometimes you got to get fired to put some fire up under your ass to get about that situation that you was comfortable in, because you was comfortable in your own shit. You was comfortable in that pool of dread, and you was starting to dread it. And the moment you start dreading, it's time to get out. Abort. The morning that you started dreading some shit, get out. Abort. The more you start dreading some shit, get out. Abort. Get the fuck up out of there when you got to start dreading some shit. When you got to start dreading some shit, you talking about some shit that you got to go through and that you got to do every day to provide for your family. Some shit you got to do to provide for your family. Some shit you got to do to put some money in your pocket. Some shit you got to do to keep the lights on. Some shit you got to do to please your woman. Some shit you got to do to please your man. Some shit you got to do to make sure that you can still continue to raise some goddamn kids. Some shit you got to do to make sure that you continue to raise these children and give them what the fuck they need. Because see, it's some grown-ups, and then it's goddamn kids and parents, and then you got a grown-up and take care of some goddamn kids, but you ain't even goddamn a grown-up yet neither. You barely goddamn making it. They don't even know. They see the pain and struggle and shit. And hey, why don't we all just come to the fuck together? And when we come to the fuck together, we just stop complaining. All we gotta do is stop complaining. The fuck? All we gotta do is stop complaining. Stop goddamn complaining. Shut the fuck up. Stop complaining. And if you don't like a motherfucker, just tell them you don't like them. Say, hey, I don't like you. For whatever the reason the fuck it is, I don't like you. At least they can live better and they can manage on how to fucking operate around your ass. You ain't got to goddamn dry show them, because when you dry show them, that shit loud as fuck. When you sit up there and dry show somebody you don't like them. The fuck? You just dry ass don't like the motherfucker. I'm ready for you to tell me you just dry ass don't like me, motherfucker. Just tell me that shit. I tell you I don't like you and laugh with this shit. I tell y'all I do not like you. Y'all see how easy that was? I do not like you. I never did. You ain't gonna like me. But you ain't gotta throw me in no goddamn furnace and tie me up, my nigga, to set me on fire, my nigga. What the fuck, man? And God, dog, I'm so thankful that I am made in His image. And not only that, I just believe that I don't give a fuck what you do to me. Whoever I serve is more powerful than what the fuck you serve. Whoever I serve is more powerful. That ought to let you know that there's two types of entities going on. There's two types of energies going on. But those energies are not vibrating at the same. So why? So this is causing a ripple effect. So, and it's causing the opposite attract, because you know it's opposite attract. You got the negative side and the positive side. They always try to make about good and evil, but just know that you either vibrating over here or you vibrating over here. Just imagine when we all want that wonderful sound it made. And that's why something came and but the longer you listen to them, you by yourself. You'd have been through whatever the fuck you'd have been through. Death, loss of a job, loss of a loved one, loss of hell. Formality. What's formality? Getting up every day, doing the same goddamn shit over and over again. Fuck. Get off at 8, gotta go back at 8. So you gotta sleep 6, talk to your kids 30 minutes, like what the fuck? You work morning shift, you gotta come home. You get about 3-4 hours of this shit, then just depending on how you live in your life, you know what I'm saying? You got all this technology, you can't really goddamn study like you used to, because you can't study because you work. Then there's some people that you know what I'm saying? It's some people that influence. Like, I like to be around certain people because I know what they feel to say. Shit, I can take that shit and I can live on that for about 2-3 weeks. I can live on what the fuck they talking about for about 2-3 more weeks, boy. I can live off that shit. I can live off what they told me. I can live off that little hope that they gave me. I can live off that shit, man. I can live off that shit. It ain't like I used to back in the day in the church. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know, man, because I used to go to church. I used to love when that sermon used to got dog, especially when that pastor come. Like them 2 songs, that choir, because some of them songs choir make you cry. I'm talking about when that pastor get out, that nigga that get off into you, that nigga almost make you get up and go up to the front. I'm one of them niggas make you get up and go to their front. Sitting down in this chair is not giving me all my powers. I need to be standing up doing what I'm doing. Sitting down in this chair only limit me to where I can really go. I get up on the board, but I'm going to get there because I've been there before. And he going to put me there again. That's what he wanted me to do. He wanted me to stop doing all that work and come here on this side and make sure I do my work on this side. He say this side is more, I'm going to pay you more on this side. And it ain't going to start off. It ain't going to start off great. It ain't going to start off like you think it's going to start off. But God dog, you be consistent and well enough to serve me. I'm going to make sure I'm going to be dancing in the fire with you when somebody else try to throw your ass in there. I'm going to be dancing right along with your ass. And I know he is. And that's what I love for. That's why I love my creator. That's why I love God. That's why I love the God that created me. I love him. I try to get away from the him and the her. I really try to get away from that because that's something for something else. Because it wouldn't be nothing if it wasn't for no woman. It just wouldn't be nothing if it wasn't for no woman, period. It just wouldn't be nothing. It wouldn't even be no God. Yeah, I really need to think about that. It wouldn't be no God if it wasn't for no woman. That's why I don't understand why there's somebody put heat in there somewhere. Somebody did that just like they did a lot of shit. They did a lot of shit. They manipulated a lot of shit. But there's a lot of people that's starting to come back and be like, okay, all right. Okay. So this shit that you was telling me that's not it. That's not the shit that I supposed. Oh, okay. I get it. All right. I need to go back over here now. You know what? I need to be a newborn baby. All that shit that y'all taught me, I need to throw that shit away. All that shit that I was told as I was a fucking child, throw that shit away. All that shit I saw with my own goddamn eyes, some of that shit you goddamn me analyze it and you gonna keep what you gonna keep and use what you're going to use, but the rest of that shit, throw that shit away because you don't want no dead weight. They say it's a race of endurance. Well, you damn sure don't want to run an endurance race with no goddamn weights tied to you. Cut some of that shit off, and that way you can run freely like the way you're supposed to, John. And that's just the way it's supposed to go, man. It's gonna be like that, but you gonna stand on top. You're gonna be on top. You ain't got no choice but to be on top. Every Sunday it's called Make It Make Sense. 3 o'clock, 3 p.m.-ish. Every Sunday is called Make It Make Sense. 3 p.m.-ish. That today that just them boys was in there, man. Them boys say, hey man, it's one more man in there, man. I thought it was 3. I thought it was 3. Got up out of there, not a stench, not a stain on them. Boy was listening to Big Tuck when they came out their goddamn furnace. Boys was listening to some rap music when they was in that goddamn furnace. The boys got out of there and gritted their way out that goddamn situation. And gritted his way out that goddamn situation and goddamn me danced about that bitch. All that shit them kids be doing, they did all that shit up out of there. Because they knew God was with them the whole goddamn time. And when you know God with you before you walk into the bullshit, your ass supposed to be putting them knives in the chest right now. If God walking with your ass right now when they trying to trap you in the bullshit. And they with you right there. They with you right there. God is walking with your ass right now. He walking with you right now. While you going through that bullshit. You got no choice. Because you are it. Once you know that, you already know that you walking, you the spearhead, because you got all those ancestors that's behind you, all the ones that died, all the ones that you loved, all the ones that you shed that tear for, all the ones that was there, all the ones that was powerful, all the ones that was right there. They behind your ass. Nigga, can't nothing stop you, man. That's why that song say, ain't no stopping me now. Nope, ain't no stop me. I don't give a fuck what you do to me, man or woman. Come on, keep on. Extorting for money, all that shit. Make them up, man. Fuck all that, man. Do whatever you want to do. I'm still going to stay and call me what the fuck you want to call me. Say what you want to say about me. I don't give a fuck what you say about me. That's the next song that I'm putting on there. But man just asked me about the songs and shit just coming to my head. I got songs that I wrote 8 years ago that's for today. Because for the shit that you people try to do to hurt me, that shit is not going to hurt me. That shit you try to do to hurt the flesh, that shit was not going to hurt me because I know I'm well protected. And you know what? I got people on here that's protecting me right now. My son, Reginald Jr. is with me right now. And he going to always be be there with me and protect me because he know what I'm doing right now is what I love to do. And he'll be right there listening to the shit right now with his eyes open and his nose flaring up, knowing that shit was real. And he know that I was the one. And just like I knew he was the one, that's why it's the one that's carrying me because he was better than me. So shit, now I get to look up to him as an example. And that's the father. I'm the son, nigga. What you talking about? I just know how this power thing go. Yeah, I said it just the way I said it. That's exactly how it's supposed to go. Real talk, man. Real talk. Real talk. I just talk because I know that it's something that I'm supposed to do for somebody out there who is because they don't listen. The people I'm talking to, them the people that don't listen to everything that somebody tell them or believe everything that somebody tell them. You can't easily fucking woo them and convince them or sell them some shit just to try to get in good with their goddamn mental and shit because you still fucking detect that shit. I'm talking to you, motherfuckers. Them the ones I'm talking to. Them the only ones I get along with. I don't get along with them fake motherfuckers because they can't have no real conversation with me because they ain't got no conversation. They ain't got nothing to talk about because they ain't living about shit. And shit ain't about living. And ain't shit that I want to be around to help my living get better. I just want to goddamn me progress in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Until it's time to goddamn me participate. No more participation physically from this here vessel right here. You know, the word's gonna stay, the word's gonna stick. Somebody gonna use what I say all the time. Somebody gonna use something that I said, and they gonna remember something that I said, and they always gonna tell me when they see me in my face. It's just when you gonna see me in my face. I don't know, because I don't like looking at my face sometimes, so I don't want you to see my face. I want to just get to a place where right now I can just be somewhere and just when I go out, I'll be like, God damn, you're shining. I know I am, because babies talk to me. Because babies talk to you, they cry when they see your stupid ass. But when I see little babies, they talk to me, grab them and everything. I know them signs. Animals. I talk to animals and shit. Animals. Motherfucker bite me. Take good old energy. Man. Make it make sense, man. Every Sunday. Galveston Podcast presents that. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of stuff coming too. They try to shut that down. I hate to talk like the haters trying to shut us down. No, man, there wasn't no goddamn haters. It's just the fact that when you got something great and you got something to give that's great, just believe something don't want nobody else to have that greatness. Because greatness ain't supposed to be held on to. You understand what I'm saying? Greatness is supposed to be shared, people. Greatness is not supposed to be held on to, people. Greatness is supposed to be shared. You're supposed to catch greatness. Greatness is supposed to be contagious. Greatness is contagious. Because if you're great, the next person around you is going to be great because you're going to make so that you always great. And that's why I'm with this organization that I'm with, Galveston Podcast, because it always puts you in position to be great. That young man puts you in a position to be great. Vato puts you in a position to be great. It's up to you if you want to be great. What you going to do with an opportunity when somebody gives you an opportunity to be great? Are you going to squander that because you're trying to impress somebody over here? And that's our problem as human beings. We're always trying to impress somebody that's over there. Quit and trying to impress somebody that's over there and stand up what you stand on and believe what you believe in. And whatever happens to you, you know that because I'm going to be okay anyway. I'm going to be straight. I'm going to be straight. How you going to be on straight? You got to get away from people that's going to ask you how you going to be straight. Because you all need to tell them your next move. You all need to tell them how you going to move. You don't need to tell them how the moves go. But your experience going to make you make the right move. Your experience of taking the L going to make you make the right move. Your experience of being in the shit that you've created and getting your way up out of it is going to make you a better person. It's going to make you make a better decision. You're going to always go through the situation to where you're going to have to end up in your own shit. But you always going to come out great when you get out that position of being in your own shit. You're always going to be in the midst of your own shit. But just know that being on that cool side of that shit always develops you and make you better. So if you're not experiencing all those hardships all the time, back to back to back to back, back to back to back to back to back, back to back to back to back to back, and if it ain't happening to you enough, then something's wrong in your life and you need to check it because that means everything going right. And maybe if something going right, something must be wrong. But if it's always going wrong, that means you must be doing something right. Make it make sense. Where's my theme music? Let me find it there, man. Find it there. Mr. Erico, baby, come see by me. And we swing and swing right, swing left. Roll with me or get rolled over. I'm rolling like a locomotive. Ain't no stopping me now. 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 So why would you try? try. I tell no lies, got fear in his eyes. Don't play with this guy that is not wise. Play my hand right, got pink Sprite, styrofoam white, top 8 ice. She's so shy, she still try. These lame ass niggas, they so tired. Stay getting money, try to take from me, rap like a mummy, can't say nothing. That's his money, bring it here, honey. She worth